What is up, everyone, and welcome to my YouTube channel. In today's video, I'm going to be giving you guys an update on my Type S brakes that I installed on my base model. I'm going to tell you if I had any issues after I installed the Type S brakes and how it performs versus the base model brakes that I had before to now where it has the Type S brakes, and if I think it's worth it for you to do it on your base model. Let's start off by going over any issues I had when installing the Type S calipers and rotors. I did end up having a problem with them after I installed them. It wasn't because the swap didn't work. So what happened was, after I purchased the Type S calipers used on eBay, I didn't pay attention in what part of the country I was buying them from. They came from the East Coast, where they get a lot of snow and they salt the roads, so the calipers were really rusty. I went ahead and installed them since it was past the return window, and they were fine during the install. But when I took the car out for a drive later that day, I heard a rubbing sound every time the car was moving. Turns out the calipers had a seized piston that wouldn't go back in. I ended up buying an aftermarket caliper, and everything has been good since. Now, to answer the question if I think it's worth it to upgrade to the Type S brakes from your base model brakes, let's look at a couple important factors before answering that. But when I did this upgrade, I already needed to change my brakes on my base model. It's not something that I did just out of the blue where I had good brakes already. So I'm gonna look at it as how much more that I spend doing the Type S swap versus how much it costs in total to do it, because either way I would have spent money whether I'm doing my base model brakes to where I'm doing the Type S brakes. The only thing that you need to change for this was the calipers. So you're gonna have to buy new calipers. Those, I believe I paid almost $70 for. And for my brake pads and rotors, I ended up paying about a little over $200. So overall, this was around $300 to do. I do think that this upgrade is worth the extra money, especially in the long run, since the cost in the long run to replace your brakes is about the same. An extra $70. If you're comparing it to any other like car modification part, this is a really good deal. Anything else would cost you at least a few $100s. So if you're just looking to do something on your car that is going to improve it, and if you have a base model, then I think this is a good upgrade for you. Even just aesthetically, you do fill in the gap. When I had my base model brakes, there was a big gap right here from the wheel to the rotor, and with these, that eliminates that. I've mentioned it before, any brake upgrade is way better than doing a performance upgrade or trying to make your car faster, because you want to make sure your car is able to stop before you go. But I think that is a lot more important, being able to stop, than being able to go fast. So yeah, definitely recommend it. If you need instructions on how to do this upgrade, I'll leave a link for my video that I did somewhere up here. So go ahead and check that one out after you finish watching this video. I think this is a good alternate instead of doing the Acura TL Type S brakes. I have the TL Type S brakes on my Type S, on my actual RSX Type S, and if I'm gonna compare them, I think the stopping power is identical. You just have to put some good brake pads and rotors on your Type S, and you'll get identical performance to the Brembos in my experience. And I've had the TL Type S brakes for about 5 years on my RSX. I've tracked that car, and I tracked it before when it used to have the Type S brakes. The stopping power is identical. I don't notice a difference. Now maybe some of you guys are gonna tell me I'm wrong. If that's the case, let me know in the comments. And now the second factor is it difficult to install? And honestly, it's not. It's just the same as you're doing your base model brakes. You're just replacing the calipers, and that's pretty much it. And replacing calipers isn't the most difficult thing in the world. If I'm able to do it, more than likely you're able to do it. Now to how it performs versus the base model brakes. You are going from a 262mm rotor to a 300mm rotor. The brake pads are also bigger, so there is more contact surface when you are stopping. In my experience, you will notice the difference. For my everyday driving, I still notice an improvement in how they will stop versus my base model brakes that it had. Stopping is so much easier. Now, to answer the question, do I think this upgrade from the base model brakes to the Type S brakes is worth it? And the answer, in my opinion, is yes. But that's going to be it for today's video. If you enjoyed the video, please leave a like and subscribe, and thanks for watching.